today I'm going to show you how to make these stuffed parotas, okay? Now this is a dish very dear to my heart because my mum used to cook them for me for a Sunday brunch. But you don't have to have them for a Sunday brunch, you can have them for an evening meal. Now they can be stuffed with a vegetarian mixture or a spicy lamb mixture. And today I'm going to show you how to make the vegetarian stuffing, okay? And to start off with, you need a dough. And for that dough, you need some wholemeal flour. And here I've got roughly 6 ounces of wholemeal flour, to which I'm going to add a pinch of salt, okay, about a tablespoon of cooking oil, and then I'm going to use my fingers as prongs, like so, to mix in the salt and the oil, and then gradually I'm going to add some water, which is better if you use warm water really, but it helps bind and combine the flour together quicker. Okay. Now, I just do this without measuring, and from experience you just add little by little and mix it in until it combines to form a doughy, elastic mix. Okay, so that's still not combining, so I'm going to add a bit more water. Now, the recipes for this will go on YouTube eventually when I've worked out how to do it. But there you are. Can you see it's all coming together nicely now to form a dough? A bit more. And this sort of makes about enough for 3 to 4 parotas, and it's about 20 ounces per parota. Okay. There. So now you've mixed up all the flour and the water. There's no bits there. Then you start to knead. Just wet your hands slightly with the water, like so, and then you begin to knead with your hand, like so. Okay. Wet your hand slightly if you feel it's still too sticky. And there you have your dough. And you knead this for about 2 to 3 minutes, like this, and then you let it stand for about 20 minutes, and then you can start making your dough balls and stuffing them with either vegetarian mixture or the meat mixture. Okay, and there, can you see? You have your dough. And you leave this in the fridge for about 10 to 20 minutes. Okay. There it goes. For this, I'm going to use potatoes, which, first of all, I'm going to stab and put them in the microwave to cook. The other way of cooking the potatoes is, of course, peeling the potatoes and then chopping them, boiling a pan of water and cooking them that way. But for me, it's much quicker to stick them in the microwave. Okay, so I've stabbed them and I'm just going to place them in the microwave for about 7 to 8 minutes. Okay. So, on it goes. And whilst that's getting ready, whilst the potatoes are cooking, I'll show you the other ingredients which I'm going to put into the vegetarian mix. I'm going to use spring onion here, which I'm just going to peel off the outer layer, like so. Okay. I'm going to peel off the outer layer, and then I'm going to chop it finely into a bowl like that. If you're using ordinary onions, I would fry them slightly because they tend to be stronger. But these spring onions have a lovely flavour to them. You don't have to fry them. They're quite mild and they're just perfect for what I'm doing. Okay, so in with the
I love the way you're
onions.
chopping that spring onion.
Okay, there we go. And that's done. And then to that I'm going to add some chopped coriander. Okay, so just take the bunch like that and snip away.
Oh, much easier than with a knife.
I think it's much easier with a knife. For some reason I find this much easier, so that's how I do it. Okay, and in with the parsley.
Parsley or coriander, it doesn't matter.
You can use parsley or coriander. Okay. Now to that I'm going to add the green chilies. Again, I don't tend to de-seed them and I don't tend to chop them with a knife. I slice them like so, and then I use the chili, the scissors again.
Very clever.
Okay.
So you avoid chili eye burn.
Well, I think so, yeah. These are optional. If you find that they're too spicy, too hot for you, then you can leave them out. Okay. And then to the mixture, I'm going to add some of these spices. So I'm going to add some cumin powder, okay, some garam masala, some red chili powder, and some salt to bring out all the flavours. Roughly a teaspoon. Okay. And I'm going to throw in some whole cumin seeds to add a bit of texture and flavour.
It's already smelling lovely.
And then the green, ginger. Okay, so now we just have to wait for the potatoes to be cooked, which I will peel, add to there, and then mash up with all the ingredients. Right, so the potatoes have been in the microwave for about 8 minutes now. I'm just going to see if they are done. You see they're done, okay? So now I'm going to peel them and then add them to the rest of the mixture.
Okay, so you're going to let them cool down for a bit first?
I'm going to let them cool down for a bit so I can peel them, otherwise it's a bit painful. Okay, so potatoes should have cooled down by now, so I'm just going to slice them superficially like that. This will just make it easier for me to peel them. Just going to chop them roughly like that. So that I can just mash them in with the rest of the ingredients like so. Okay, and there you have your vegetarian mixture.
As easy as that.
No, that's it. Done. Right, so, and now we're ready to stuff and make vegetarian parathas. So, again, you take your mixture and form a little dough ball, like so. And another one. Flatten out the disc like that and roll it out. Ready to put the mixture on. That's one. And do the same with the other one, like that.
So at this point it's not too thin, so because
No.
you roll it again, don't you?
Yeah, I'll roll it again. It's easier to handle if you sort of stuff it at this stage than if you do it when it's thinner. Okay, so let me just grab a spoon, and then you just place the mixture in the middle, like that. Just a bit more. And
Smells lovely.
put seal the edges together, like that. Okay, and then you're going to roll this out a bit more, so we need to put it in the flour, so it stops it from sticking when you're rolling it, and then roll it out to form the stuffed paratha. Okay, that's now ready to fry. So put the heat on the pan. I'm not going to put any butter in the pan. Let it heat up, and then when it's hot enough, I'll start to cook the paratha on a dry pan initially on both sides, and that colours the pastry, and then I'm going to add the butter, or if you don't want to add the butter, you can add oil. Okay.
And what if you don't use any fat?
It'll be very, it'll be too crisp and become dry like a biscuit, so you need some.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that should be hot enough. Just going to work it a little with my hands and then on. Again, once it starts cooking, you'll see that it starts to change colour a bit. You leave it to cook on one side for about a minute and then flip it over. Okay, so that's ready to flip over now, so with the spatula I'm just going to flip it over this way. And then I'm going to introduce the butter onto this side. So just push it over. So really, potatoes are cooked, all you're doing is cooking the pastry on the outside. Yeah. So it's ready to flip over. Okay. And then I'll butter it on this side as well. Okay.
So you don't use all that butter?
No, I don't use it all.
A little thin coating.
Little coating, and there.
Can you see how it's looking now?
That looks lovely. And you do sort of move it around a bit so that it gets cooked evenly. And a little dry patch here, I think it needs a bit of butter there. And as you can see, it's beginning to puff up again, slightly. Okay. This is now ready to turn over again. And so basically you cook it for a couple of minutes on either side until the outer pastry's cooked, and then it's ready to eat. And there you have it. Just get a plate. Your stuffed paratha, okay? Ready to eat.
Okay.
All right. Okay.